have a confession to make. I have an obsession with food. I mean, clearly, right? And I don't just mean myself. The thought of anyone out there suffering for starvation is really disturbing, and I'd like to do something about that. Obviously, I'm a poor person, and I don't have a lot of means. But one thing that I can do is talk about ways that people can get the food that they need, even if they don't have a lot of money. And one of my favorite ways is through edible flowers. I know, right? And so today, good people, we're going to be making a salad. Can I eat this? You know, the thought occurs to me that I don't have a clock for the Grape Arbor area, outdoor kitchen meeting sort of place. We might want to fix that. So here. There we go. Now we know what time it is. Of course, in order for a salad to be a proper meal, it has to have a source of protein, and for that source of protein, we're going to hard boil some duck eggs. Yeah, duck eggs. Now, these 4 eggs are the ones that I found out there in the duck hut this morning. Apparently, one of the hens is being a little bit sluggish. Usually, we're going to get 5 or 6 a day out of 8 hens. So chances are I'm going to find another one out there later on today whenever she gets around to dropping it. But these will work. Now, to boil water and make those hard-boiled eggs, we're going to use this little contraption here. And for fuel, we've got pelletized corn cobs. I would use my own from last year, but I burned them all up over the winter. So we're going to use some that somebody already pelletized, and hopefully I'll remember to save more corn cobs this year. Right, since all I'm going to be doing is boiling water to hard boil an egg, I don't think I need a whole lot of cooking time. So just the corn cobs themselves should be enough. Like so. Open up the air valve. Start feeding air. From here. Remove Kitty from stovetop. Come on. Apologies. Light stove. Once the stove gets going good, we'll start creating a vortex of flame right there at the top. We're going to put our water on to boil. Alright, now the question is, how long will it take for that water to start boiling? There it is. Got it started, it's going. Now, how long will it take to boil water? After just about 15 minutes, the water started to boil. So now we're going to add our eggs. And now, once the water returns to boil, we'll time the eggs. It should take about 9 minutes to cook them. Now we're going to take our eggs and lift them out of the boiling water with a slotted spoon. As you see, the water is not boiling as hard anymore. That means our temperature has dropped. There is a little bit of fire left going, but right now we're burning charcoal. There it is down at the bottom. Let me pull that out for us. Raise the chimney, pull the can out, and it will still smolder like this for a while, so we want to quench it. Now I could quench with water, but I just happen to have some nice green duck water that's a few days old here, and that will quench it and also inoculate it so it could be used as biochar. Now I'm just going to put these aside to cool for a bit while we go collect the rest of our ingredients. Sunflowers are a great way to add a little extra protein and fat to your diet, and you can add them onto your salad. They're delicious. Of course, we can't use sunflowers like this, although the petals are also edible. We want to wait until they're dried and harvest them like this. Well, let's see, what else should a good salad have in it? Radishes? Okay, I've got you. Although they're not perennial, I did plant a lot of Daikon radish out here as a soil amendment. Let's see if I can find one that wouldn't mind getting thinned out a bit. How about this one? There we go. It's not a big one. That ought to do. Kind of think of it. We could use some of these radish greens too in our salad. Let's pick those. Radish root, radish greens. What else could I add? Oh, I know. How about some of these Canna flowers? This is one of those decorative cannas that doesn't make particularly good roots, but the flowers are okay in a salad. These are a little bit wilted, so I'm going to deadhead those. Hopefully it'll encourage it to make some more. We'll see. Make more flowers. Make more flowers. Make more babies. Make more babies. More babies. Sweet potato leaves can be nice in a salad when they're young and tender. Let's see if I have any tender leaves here. Let's look for the end of the vines. Here we go, end of the vine. Pick off a couple of these young and tender leaves. You'll see a little difference in coloration from the vine end and the rest of the plant. There we go. This area here is full of daylilies, but it's not the right time for them to be blooming, so we can't enjoy those sweet, delicious flowers. But I do have a little bit of basil I can pick here. And this is buckwheat. This is pink soba buckwheat. It's a perennial buckwheat. I'm just going to take some of this here. I'm going to take some of it off. Leaves, flower, everything. This plant here is called Lamb's Quarter, Chenopodium album. It's going to seed right now, and that means that the leaves are not going to be as tender and good in salad. Well, they're a little bit tough, as they are in the early spring. This time of year you can still pick them and use them as a powder. You kind of want to cook them a little bit first. All the daylilies here are awaiting transplant. Most of them are too small to sell. They could be sold, and I've seen people sell them, but I prefer to sell a little bit more mature plants. Thank you. These bags contain a flower called Hemerocallis fulva. I sell them in packs of 4. We're getting ready to ship these today. This is a perennial vegetable giving you about 166 calories per 100 grams of the tubers, which are very plentiful on these plants, and they require very, very little effort at all to grow. Put them in the ground, divide them about every year or so, harvest the tubers when you're hungry and you want something to eat, and pick the flowers. They're edible too. So we offer these for sale on our website at www.greencountryagroforestry.com. www.greencountryagroforestry.com. Check us out. These Canna Australia have really lovely, large, full flowers. They're a popular place for butterflies, but they also happen to be one of the sweetest and tastiest flowers. I'll just take a couple for accent. On my way out, I'm going to help myself to this male squash flower here. Squash leaves are also edible. Pick the young tender ones if you're going to do so. Dahlia flowers are pretty to look at, but they're edible too. Let's go ahead and grab this one. It's already lost a few petals. Well, who likes onions in their salad? I've got Egyptian walking onion here, and I've got quite a bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and harvest one of these young plants right here. They're about due to be split up anyway. So let's go ahead and get in here. Lift these out. This is from one single plant last year. It has produced 3. I'm going to pull off these 2. I think we're going to eat that one, replant this one, and replant this one. We'll have one additional onion next year. Oh, but we're not done yet. This delightful little bush over here in the shady corner is a rose of Sharon, a member of the hibiscus family, and it also produces edible flowers. Let's go ahead and grab this one here. This one's a little dried up. I've got another one here. Okay, let's see what we got. Got our egg, of course. All right, we're going to start out with some squash leaves. Squash leaves, there we go. Just torn up into small pieces. Daikon radish leaf, once again, tear that up into small pieces, bite size. Leave this central stem out, nobody wants to eat that. Canna Australia, just the petals of the flower. These ones are a little bit sweet. Go ahead and peel those off and throw those in. Of course, we've got some of that yellow canna there. More radish. Remember, leave the stem out. Here we have a rose of Sharon flower. Open this puppy up. I'm going to make sure if they're folded up like this that you open them up and make sure that there's no insects in there. It doesn't bother me to eat a bug every now and then, but if you don't want to be adding ants to your diet, open up the flower and make sure that you don't have any unwanted visitors, and then disarticulate the flower, and all parts of it go in the salad bowl. flashy yellow-orange canna. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the daylily flowers in appearance. Unfortunately, these ones don't have much of a flavor. They are pretty much just a thing to hold on to your salad with. But they are colorful. Strawberry leaf. More radish. Oh, here we go. This is nice. This is buckwheat. We're going to pull the flowers and the leaves both off. Hi, kitty. How you doing? So the flowers are edible and the leaves are edible, both of them. Here's a little bit of more of that, sweet potato leaf. And make sure we don't have any stem, just leaf. More radish leaves. More radish top right there. Here's some of that yellow squash flower. More squash flower. We're just going to tear these up, make sure all pieces are bite-sized. Portland canna. More that other canna. Ooh. A little bit of violet leaf. Once again, unfolding the rose of Sharon flower, making sure that we don't have any hitchhikers. And then tearing it apart, throwing it in. There we go. Dahlia flower. This one's pretty. Don't eat the sepals, but you can eat the petals. I guess you could eat the sepals too, but they're a little tough. And we got the center part here that you can also eat. Woo. Reminds me a little bit of dill. We're going to need to add some onions, so I'm going to dice these green onions here. There we go. Some nice onion there. What, more? Okay. Not a problem. We can add more. Wouldn't you know it, I did find one strawberry. Hi, kitty. I found one strawberry. So we're going to have one strawberry in here. Daikon radish. Peeled daikon. And this is an immature Seminole pumpkin that I've gone ahead and peeled. We're going to go ahead and cut this up. And you can use this just like you'd use a summer squash. Here's our hard-boiled duck egg. What do you think? We'll add that to the salad. Okay, we got all our ingredients in here. I'm going to take a little bit of, what is this? A little Italian dressing. I've got red bud wine vinegar that we made here. I don't have any oil that we pressed here, so, oh shoot, that would be, didn't realize there wasn't a dripper top on that. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and use a store-bought dressing. I hope you will forgive me. Let's go ahead and just get that dressing on there so it coats everything nicely. Lots of good color in there. Lots of vitamins, minerals, protein, a little bit of fat. Looks pretty good. Just add a little bit of salt. A bit of pepper. That's looking pretty good. Go ahead and get this on a plate for you. So you have an idea about what our salad is going to look like. Buckwheat flower there, a little dahlia flower, squash flowers, canna lily flowers, strawberry slices. Everything's coming in here really nicely. Put this all on the plate. I'm going to put it all on there. Now put it all on. Is it good? There we go. Alright, and one last bit. There we go. Sunflower seeds. So, as you can see, if I start making my salad about 9 in the morning, I could be ready in time for lunch. Bon appetit.